There are some unspoken rules, culture or street life, or if you like, in the hood. Unspoken, but you just know of them. One of them is to always get revenge. Always. There's no forgiveness in the law of the streets. Like Rick Ross said, God forgives, I don't. And no one knows this better than someone who grew up on the cold streets of Chicago. No one knows that better than Lil Durk. The law is not to say RIP unless your ops are 6 feet deep. And ever since Lil Durk lost his friend King Von in 2020, the rapper has allegedly been out for revenge against anyone connected with King Von's murder. Recent reports state that Durk might just get the revenge he allegedly desires. Stay with us on Rap Central as we serve you an exclusive about how Lil Durk allegedly plans to get revenge for the death of King Von. Durk and Von, not friends, but brothers. For King Von and his mentor Lil Durk, their story began before they even became rappers. Their story started on the streets of Chicago, two young men with the goal of providing for their family because they became breadwinners at a very young age. Durk and Von came from poor families, and with their dads out of the picture, they had to pick up the slack. Durk's father was serving a life sentence for a drug trafficking charge, while Von's dad was equally absent as he was always in and out of prison for various crimes. Both rappers were forced to live on the streets, where they had to do just about anything to survive. Durk and Von never got to finish high school, and they both joined the Black Disciple street gang at a very young age. They both grew up in the Parkway Gardens complex, and this was where their friendship began. As members of the Black Disciples, they were introduced to a life of and all sorts of crimes such as armed robbery, drug trafficking, racketeering, kidnapping, murder, etc. And these are the stories that form a large part of the lyrics in their songs. The two men are products of their neighborhood and were undoubtedly following in the footsteps of their fathers and would have ended up like them until they found rap music. From the trenches to the music industry, Smirkio and Von are clear examples of how hip-hop can be of good influence in black communities. Both men were born into poverty, and Durk even says that there were times he had to sleep on the floor while growing up. However, hip-hop took him off the streets, and they didn't have to commit crimes to feed their families. Durk started to take his rap career seriously at the age of 18 after receiving an overwhelmingly positive response to his first mixtape, I'm a Hitta, in 2011. At this time, there were rumors that Durk was a member of the Glow Gang label run by Chief Keef, but although he worked with the label, he never joined the label officially. Some reports even state that he almost signed for French Montana's label, however, none of these ever materialized. Instead, Durk started his own label, Only the Family, popularly known as OTF. 3 years into his career, Durk had achieved success and signed for the major label, Def Jam. With Durk achieving success in the music industry, it was just a matter of time before he brought one of his boys along with him, and this was when he signed his protege, King Von. Durk heard Von rap in the past, and he was always interested in his music. However, Durk didn't sign Von to OTF until he was released from prison. Von was released from jail in late 2017, and in early 2018, Durk signed him to OTF. Von had a unique talent as his storytelling style is not one that is common with drill rappers. This was evident in his breakout single, Crazy Story. Crazy Story was Von giving a vivid narration about an episode that happened in Von's neighborhood. The song was quite successful and even saw his label boss, Lil Durk, jump on a remix with him. King Von was on a rise, and he was one of the brightest upcoming stars on the Chicago drill scene. The Chicago rapper dropped his debut mixtape, Grandson Volume 1, in September 2019, another mixtape, LaVon James, in March 2020, and in October 2020, he dropped his debut studio album, Welcome to O Block. Von's unique storytelling style has seen him garner a cult following for his music that included NBA superstar LeBron James. However, barely a week after the release of his album, the rapper's promising career was cut short as he was shot outside a club in Atlanta. How King Von was killed. Almost everyone knows about how King Von was killed. Well, if you don't, here's a brief recap for you. Barely a week after dropping the album, King Von was shot outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge nightclub in Atlanta. The rapper had just had his album release party and was out to celebrate when he got into an altercation with another rapper, Quando Rondo. What seemed like just another altercation between two rappers quickly escalated into a brawl, then a gunfight between the rappers and their crews. The fight was broken up by an off-duty officer who was working as a guard at the nightclub and another officer who was patrolling in the neighborhood. However, this was after irreparable damage had already been done. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation reported that 3 people were killed and 4 people were wounded. Von was rushed to a nearby hospital where he died later in the day, while his suspected shooter, Timothy Leaks, also known as Lil Tim, was placed in custody while being treated for a gunshot wound. The death of Von was a great tragedy that shocked the hip-hop community, and most evidently, his mentor Lil Durk. However, not everyone was sympathetic about the death of Von. Instead, surprisingly, Tekashi 6ix9ine has been one of those who has mocked the death of the rapper. But before we get into that and how Durk plans to get revenge, don't forget to like, comment on Durk's alleged revenge plans, and also subscribe to Rap Central for more videos like this one. The role of 6ix9ine in the death of King Von. After 6ix9ine told on his 9 Trey Gangsta Blood members, the Brooklyn rapper became hip-hop's top villain. Almost every gangster was out to get him, and for others who just can't be bothered, they didn't want to work with him and instead spoke against his actions. 6ix9ine's beef with Lil Durk and most Chicago rappers began as far back as 2018. Sosa and 6ix9ine were beefing back in 2018, and the beef got so personal that Tekashi ordered a hit on Chief Keef. Back in June 2018, Chief Keef was shot at in New York while on his way back to the Times Square W Hotel. Although he originally denied that he ordered the attack, in 2019, Carti, a rapper associated with 6ix9ine, pleaded guilty to carrying out the attack and also stated that 6ix9ine ordered the attack by placing a $30,000 bounty on Sosa. This incident started the beef between 6ix9ine and Lil Durk, and the beef only got worse after the 9 Trey Gangsters incident. While promoting his Tattletales album, 6ix9ine was on a city tour, and Chicago was one of the cities he visited. While in the Windy City, Tekashi took things to a whole new level when he visited O Block. The rapper posted a video of himself at the gates of O Block with flowers in his hands, claiming that he was there to pay his respects to Lil Durk's dead cousin, OTF Newski. This was clearly a move to troll Lil Durk, but the rapper didn't respond. However, after the death of King Von, Tekashi had consistently mocked Durk and the death of Von every chance he got. According to a post by DJ Academics, Lil Durk found out about the death of King Von while he was on an Instagram live session with his fans. But under the post, 6ix9ine commented with a laughing emoji. Durk responded to the news of Von's death by posting an RIP message on his Instagram page, and under the comment section, Tekashi replied with the comment, "Newski, now Von, and you still rapping. Go pick up a gun," he wrote, ending it with laughing emojis. In another post on social media, Tekashi even suggested that Durk might allegedly be responsible for the death of King Von. In the Instagram live video, Tekashi showed a picture of Lil Durk on his phone and said, "To be sacrificing their mans." 6ix9ine also responded to news about Durk's The Voice with the comment that read, "Use Von name for sales." 6ix9ine wrote about Durk on Instagram, "Is not blackballed, has all industry support. 55K and his band was caught in 4K. Hashtag King Von, rest in piss." Durk allegedly replied to Tekashi's comments on Drizzy's song, Laugh Now Cry Later. On the song, Smirkio raps, "I'm in the trenches, relax. Can you not play that little boy in the club? Cause we do not listen to rats." Tekashi has then responded to those criticizing his antics by claiming that King Von also mocked the dead and rapped about it in his songs, and that if he was alive, Von would still be doing the same thing. However, his antics have also led to speculations that 6ix9ine might have just ordered the death of Von. Durk's revenge plans. Ever since Lil Tim was released in March earlier this year, Tekashi has been one of those that has celebrated his release from jail. 6ix9ine has posted various messages of support for a man he now calls his friend and also a hero. Some fans are speculating that just like he used Carti to carry out a hit on Chief Keef, Tekashi might have allegedly used an unknown rapper to murder King Von and therefore distanced himself from the crime. Some fans believe that Tekashi might have offered Lil Tim money or also a feature, and that's why the pair have recently been hanging out in the studio together. Many believe that this is why Lil Durk is allegedly planning a revenge attack on Tekashi for his antics and also his alleged role in the death of King Von. Although Durk recently tweeted that he'll no longer mock the dead in his songs or perform songs that include lyrics of him mocking the dead, fans believe that this might just be Durk trying to take a more subtle path towards getting the revenge he craves rather than cleaning up his acts. Some fans are speculating that The Voice might allegedly put a hit on 6ix9ine and have it carried out by members of his Black Disciples gang. Some rumors have also been spreading that the revenge might not only be against 6ix9ine alone, but also against his friend, Lil Tim. Durk has promised revenge for the death of King Von on some of his songs, such as the song Still Running of his collaborative album with Lil Baby. Durk rapped, "We do it for Von, we don't wait till it died down. We load and we do it tomorrow." Many fans believe that these lyrics Durk confirmed that he's indeed planning a revenge for the death of his brother and friend, King Von. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment below. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new content.